What's going on, world? My name is Dean Samuels, and I am the founder of BKBQ Movement. Alright, so BKBQ Movement is an initiative designed to bridge the gap between our young black women and black men by coming together as a culture, unified while moving forward. So on August 22nd, we officially had our launch, and it was bananas, man. We took over downtown. We had an all-black affair, man. It was crazy. We shot commercials, but nobody's seen it yet. So what I did was invited a couple of my friends over to come to the crib, kind of hang out, talk about how the day went, and I have a surprise for them. But before I go any further, let me introduce the woman that I could not possibly do this without. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the one, the only, my queen, Nicky Samuels.
Hey y'all, my name is Nicky Samuels. So, my husband is always up to something. He's always planning something. He's always trying to do these events and these big elaborate things that just make everybody so happy. He's always trying to include people, and he always just wants to see people grow. So he came up with this fantastic idea to create BKBQ. So we're having a little get together at our house and everybody's coming over. But of course, everybody's late as per usual.
Good. You guys are the first one here, yo. Remo, what are you saying? You're good? Yeah,
right on time, man. Right on time, fam. Leader. Who's at the door? Yo, fam, it's tomorrow, dog. It's tomorrow, fam. Here, hold this, the door.
Hold this.
What?
Always gotta be late. Why we always gotta be late, man? But nonetheless, everybody showed up, everybody showed out, man, and we got this thing popping. So, once again, thank you guys for coming out. I got something really important I want to show you guys that's very special. For those that were at the morning session of the Kings and Queens project, shout out if you were there. Like, was it lit? All right, so we shot a commercial, and I got the commercial for you guys today. But before we get into all of that, we got something else we want to talk about.
Before we get into all of that, I need you all to tell us how you felt about the Kings and Queens project the entire day, morning till night. Everybody, just let us know. Let's go one by one. Y'all first.
Yo, listen, it was tiring, but it was very, very good. I
was bust, but it was
the sun was beaming. They wanted to rain in the evening, though. It's all good.
It was very hot for the first part, but first of all, those hors d'oeuvres. But in all seriousness, it just felt really good to just see Black excellence personified. Like, just looking around the room and just seeing all these beautiful Black people living in luxury, dressed to the nines, enjoying their time. That was fire. It was very good.
Alright, Rochelle and Yusuf, how you guys feel?
It felt like Black royalty, Like, it felt nice. It showed up. It's like about time, It's like about time, like, you guys recognize. Like, about time. We deserve it.
Let them know.
So, like, it was just a beautiful vibe from the singers, from the start to the finish, dressing up. It just felt nice to celebrate us, just to celebrate who we are. Because especially what's going on in the world right now, like, it's heartbreaking. Like, I feel like we all have something to prove when we already made it. So it's like one of those things.
You heard me made it.
Sean, how you feel?
Yo, first of all, it was hot. And I'm like, yo, Dean, yo. He's like, yo, just come in your leather jacket. I'm like, no. I'm not wearing that. Yeah. I look in that closet and I only had a leather jacket. I was like, yo, big this guy, yo. Yo, but when we walk, it's that walk around that corner that Ash was just saying, like, you just look, you're like, yo, what is going on in this place? Like, it just looked like kings and queens, literally, like kings and queens. And like one thing that I appreciate is that like I didn't personally feel any bad vibes. Like even meeting new people, like you know how sometimes we're classified with black people, we meet new people, like yo, there's like a wall we put up. Like oh, what's good? Okay, cool. All right, go over there. But like it wasn't, it was nothing like that. Everyone was just on like one mindset, and it just shows like if we can all legit make this a lifestyle where we can just like one mindset, I want to see my brother win, I want to see my sister win, no matter where you come from, no matter what you've been through, what you've gone through, we can go a lot further together than as individuals. Shout out to Dean and Nicky, you guys keep doing your thing.
But real talk was all of us that made it happen. But I hear you.
Lee, how you feel?
When Dean says that there's an event, just find your killer. Like, find someone to make you a dress, find your outfit, find Fashion Nova, wherever you're gonna go. Figure it out. But it's just that community, that this group of people know it, like being under one mission. And like even in the evening when it rained, and like even in the day when it was hot, people left. Like you still knew who was there for the right reasons, right?
I remember like I posted some of the pictures from the event, and like, everyone's like, yo, like, did someone get engaged? Like, occasion. I'm like, honestly, like we're just celebrating Black excellence. There's not a lot of that. We need more of that. We shouldn't have to have someone's getting married, someone's having
It shouldn't have to be a reason.
Whatever the case is. No, like, we're just celebrating excellence. It's too seldom that we'll wait for something to happen where we are like, okay, now we have to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly.
When we already have a lot to celebrate for already as is. So honestly, like, shout out to you guys for that.
Thank you.
It was really good. But I live with this guy. Like I know my brother. I know that anything he's gonna put on is just gonna be next level. So I expected it to be as good as it was, but I think it's just like very empowering, especially with everything going on in the world surrounding Black lives, and how all over the internet and media it doesn't seem like they matter, and we're getting shot and we're getting killed. So for a day to be centered around like Black love and unity, it's literally like a revolution in itself to just be a part of something like that. So I thought that it was empowering. And of course, everybody looked good as hell. That's good.
Right, facts, David, where you at? I can't even see you. Where you at? Where you hiding? How you feel, man? I don't know. How was it? How was the
barber's barber?
Right, David got me. But David, how do you feel,
It was just empowering just to see everybody out there in all black and black, like that Black Panthers. It was just a different experience, or just even just to be there. Also, most time you all see their movies, and it's like you don't know what the situation is in because we've really gone through it. So going through it and just seeing everybody being engaged, and especially if it was kind of emotional for me, especially when we had to march out, and then you said repeat after me, man. Ride or die for my Black queen, and I was looking my wife in her face, and I was saying it to her. I was like, yo, I'm really feeling this right now. I'm glad I have my Ray-Bans on right now, so I can't see my face right now. But I'm like, I'm really feeling that, and that, and at the same time, when you really look at yourself and then look at where you come from and the skin of your color is just like, it goes deeper than it is. And at the same time, when you're saying that with that much power, it felt, you feel empowerment with that. So in that situation, me just like doing that, and Dean, kudos to you to even bring everybody out there in all black and leather because it was hot as hell. But at the end of the day, it was for a good cause. So thank you for that. And let's do it again.
You already know. So we already know 2020 was one crazy year, man. Like the injustices that was going on was crazy. Our brothers dying in the street, no justice. Our sisters dying in the street, no justice. And I was just like, instead of being mad about it, instead of being angry about it, I gotta do something about it. So I decided to take a stand up for my kings, stand up for my queens, and push this initiative through. No matter what the pandemic situation is looking like, COVID situation is looking like, we're still winning. I'm pretty sure like a lot of us still have wins this year, even though it's been kind of hard. We lost family members. I'm pretty sure some of you guys lost family members or close members, close people that were to you, but we can still thrive, we could still do this, we could still exceed, still go to the top together, riding off for our black kings and queens, with excellence, unity, power, and love, So without no further ado, I'm about to play this commercial.
So leading up to the event, Dean says that he wants us to come up with a skit so that we could say at the actual event.
We were in the bed and I was just like, you know what, babe? I think we should do a skit. My wife was like, do a skit? I was like, oh yeah, we should do a skit.
I'm not good with writing lines, and I really didn't have, the words to say yet. I was really just hoping it would just pop in my mind one day and then I could just run with it. Didn't work like that. So we're sitting in the room one night and Dean picks up his phone and he's like, come on, babe, let's go write our lines. Let's go write our lines. I wasn't ready. I had nothing prepared. I see Dean typing 3,000 words per minute. I was like, what are you doing?
So I was in the bed, I started writing my lines, and Nikki was just like, hold up, how much lines you got? I'm like, don't peek at my lines.
So I'm peeking at his paper and he had some bars. He had bars on there. So I picked up my phone and I said, you know what? You're not about to outpass me. So I picked up my phone and I started to type. And I think I came up with some pretty deep bars myself.
So I did my lines and then she was just like, oh, all right, so that's what it is. I'm gonna do my lines. So she got her lines done, then we were just like, all right, scene, let me hear your lines. She didn't want to show it to me, but she eventually ended up reading her lines. I was like, okay, so you came to play. And then I read my lines, she was just like, all right, let's go. But guys, we never actually rehearsed it like how we wanted to do it. So the day came, I'm marching. I stepped forward and I was just like, dear black queens.
For far too long, you've been called outside your name. When you are beautiful, inspiring, intelligent, ambitious, bosses, and the list goes on and on and on. For far too long, you've been associated with being insecure, loud, angry, aggressive, possessive, and the list goes on and on and on. For far too long, you had to carry the weight of raising our young kings and queens all alone due to lack of fathers. But that ends right here. You see, we were all raised by a black queen, breastfed by a black queen, prayed for by a black queen. Don't know if we'd be standing here right now if it wasn't for a black queen. So it's only right that we fight for our black queens. So all my kings, put your hand in the air one time for our black queens and let them know that we gonna ride or die for our black queens.
We gonna ride or die for our black queens.
We gonna ride or die for our black queens.
We gonna ride or die for our black queens.
I know you've been hurt, lied to, used, and abused, but that does not define you. I know that you've been classed and judged by the color of your skin your entire life, but that does not define you. I also know that you've been called a thug, classless, fatherless, and even a menace to society, but that still does not define you. You see, you are far greater than what you see, and once you gain the courage to believe that, you will have found the key that'll set you free. So please let me remind you that you are a king, and we see you as kind, inspiring, necessary, and genuine. And because we know your worth, we promise to love you, trust you, encourage you, and always ride or die for you. So all my queens, if you agree with me, put your hands in the air and say with me, we gon' ride or die for our black kings.
We gon' ride or die for our black kings.
We gon' ride or die for our black kings.
We gon' ride or die for our black kings.
So when we finally revealed the commercial to everybody, it was such a moment. It's like time stood still and we were just watching this thing happen on the TV screen. And it was so warm, it was so heartfelt. It was just a beautiful thing to see, and I was so grateful to be a part of it.
So yo guys, talk to me. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like this and then we're gonna wrap it up. How you guys feel? How you guys feel?
I'm just processing it all, like, just bring the movie to me.
Great, talk to me.
It's funny because Dean and I always knew had this outgoing, upfront of a personality, but I didn't know Nicky had that in there because when we first met, Nicky, like, I didn't know Nicky was cool. Like, yo, I'm just shaker had that first. But the spirit come proud of Rochelle. If it was, she was even in one and see her blossom like this, yo, this growth is amazing. So I would just shout you up like that. It's a good prayer still, so I love it.
Man, I'm literally looking at this. I'm like, yo, like this has to get in the hands of the right people. Like, this can't. We're sitting here in the living room and we're having small talk, and I know the camera crew's here, but like I'm praying and hoping that this gets into the hands of some people that have some crazy influence. My mind is just blown, man. Like, kudos to you guys. I mean, you already know with you, I expect the best and excellence, but this should fix to another level, right? So,
Andre, the production, the coming together, the march, the females, the faces of the females, how powerful it looked, you know. Your message and your message, Nikki, it was like well said, well put together, like you said. It like he said, it's scripted, but it doesn't sound scripted, you know. It sounds like it's coming from the heart, which it is coming from the heart, you know. And I appreciate you guys for doing this and actually inviting me so I can be a part of this, so I can actually see that, you know what I mean? And I mean, like I said, I just want to see it get better. Like how can it get any better than that, you know? But
you say, Rochelle, talk to me.
It's like it's a real movement, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I was a part of the Black Panther movement. Like, watching this whole trailer, was just like, when Nikki was speaking, it really hit home. A lot of the words I could really connect to. So it was just, I'm happy to be a part of this whole thing because, you know, this is something you could tell your kids, like, you know, you could watch this trailer 10 years from now, they show a part of that.
Yeah.
That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys.
Right. Thank you. Ash.
For me, I feel like it's the beginning of a story. And while we as Black women have been abused, you as Black men have been really ostracized and casted aside, I think with us coming together and in all seriousness really saying the words that you two said, it really drives home how much we have to ride for each other, because nobody else is going to do it for us. Nobody else is going to do it for us, and it clearly shows that in the media for generations, you know, and we have to break that. And I feel like a lot of people, even Black men and women, sometimes still don't recognize how much we have to be for each other. And I hope that with this being shown out to the masses, that it will drive home that, yo, I need to ride for a Black king. You need to ride for a Black queen. And we can really change the narrative, and we can change things generationally now. So kudos to y'all. Kudos to y'all.
Thank you. T?
I feel that this video can break a lot of generational curses, right? And especially for me, like I have like 2 young boys, and I could show them this, and this can really like uplift them, empower them, inspire them. And I'm sorry, but I feel protected by my Black kings. Like just by that video, I feel highly protected, seen, loved. You know what I mean? So, votes, period. Like, I love you guys so much, and it was amazing.
Thank you.
Sammy.
Listen, I have to tell you guys what I feel, and I'm gonna try not to cry because I'm very emotional.
I'm about to say it.
But it is powerful. I see little kids sitting and watching it and feeling empowered. I see God breaking generational curses. This is, you guys have started something that is gonna go way further than you can even imagine. And I'm feeling it, and I'm trying not to cry, but continue. Keep God in the midst of this. Keep God in the midst of this. You're gonna be amazed by what's going on.
Thank you. Riva, how you feeling?
I'm emotional. Yeah, I'm emotional. I will say, like, for everybody that's the children that will watch this, I agree with that, but I'm gonna speak to how it spoke to me. I'm not that old, I'm not a child, but though I was there, it really spoke to me. It spoke to the younger me. And because I did not get this message when I was younger, right? And from what I've seen, just my story, it wasn't together. In fact, it was everything that you all were saying in your speeches. And so watching it back, I was like, wow, I feel accounted for. I feel heard, I feel seen, I feel accounted for, I feel protected, I feel like I'm a part of something. Yes, I know I was Black, I was born Black. However, I didn't even know what that meant. Like here, where I live, right, amongst my friends, like where I grew up, I did not grow up like with a lot of black people. I was like the only black girl in my elementary school for a very long time. I didn't know what it meant to me to be a young black woman, a little black girl. So thanks for stating the narrative. Thanks for saying it. Thanks for taking the vision and literally like making it plain. To me, not just to everyone else, but to me, who is actually black, who goes out there and has to carry that and wear that. I'm like, now I know what that means a little bit better.
Having everybody at the house just sit down and talk about, you know, how they felt being there and how empowered they felt just watching that brought so much joy, and I had such a great time, and I'm so glad that I was a part of this magical event.
Man, this is crazy. I'm watching everybody look at the commercial while they're watching the commercial, and I'm just like, I can't believe we pulled this off. I'm looking at my wife like, babe, yo, we did this. Like, our daughter's gonna see this. Our daughter's gonna one day grow up and be like, wow, I'm proud of my parents for this. Like, yo, we're making a difference. And little did we know, like, yo, it was impacting not only ourselves, but generations and generations and generations to come after us, yo. So to us, or to me and my wife, this was much bigger than us. And I'm just really grateful that it actually turned out to be above and beyond what we could ever think or imagine. BKBQ Movement.
With every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought on us. Sing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won.